Saludos y bienvenidos a otra lección con nuestra maestra. La lección que vamos a tratar ahora es la de los artículos y los sustantivos, nouns and articles. Because in Spanish, nouns have gender, and therefore we need a lesson on how to pair them up with articles and later on with adjective due to their gender. Let's get started. This slide has a pencil, so please make sure to make note of it. Articles modify or describe nouns and always come before the noun to show if it refers to something specific or not. You know, you say the book or you say a book. You know, you say the house or you say a house, as in any house, whether it is specific or not. In Spanish, nouns have gender, masculine or feminine, and they also have number when we're referring to them as singular or plural. Articles must also agree in number and in gender with the noun that they are going to modify. Let's get right to it. So, definite articles, they refer to something clear, something specific, something that's obvious, or something that is exact, is the equivalent to the English the. In Spanish, because we have to take a look at the number, if it's singular or plural, we have different variations. We use el if the noun that we're going to talk about is masculine and singular. We use la if it is feminine and singular. We use los and las for masculine and feminine plural nouns respectively. Indefinite articles, the equivalent of a or an in English. Those indefinite articles are un and una for singular, masculine and feminine. Unos and unas for plural. Remember, we use indefinite articles when we are referring to something that is probably not specific, not obvious, not exact. We are just referring to anything. So that's what we have on articles. Let's talk now about nouns specifically. Nouns, as I've been mentioning, have gender. Nouns in Spanish will either be masculine or feminine. Most nouns that end in O are masculine. That's easy. Most nouns that end in A are feminine. Simple. You know, when we're talking about gender, masculine or feminine is what we mean when we refer to the gender. And there are some nouns that do not follow the general rule, so you have to memorize them. Here are the ones that here is what the rules look like. Feminine nouns will end in tris, es, dad, sion with an S, tud, and umbre. In your notebooks, write down at least the first example. You don't need to write both, but at least the first one. Those are your feminine nouns. Masculine nouns will end, as we know, in o, n, aje, r, on, ele, and ma. Be careful because sion, you would think, well, it ends in on, but it is sion. There's a ci or an si before that. This is referring to just words that end in on. Okay? Take a screenshot of this page as well to help you out. Let's note some of the exceptions. Dia is an exception you should write down. It ends in a, but it is masculine. Mapa is an exception you should write down. Ends in a, but it is masculine. Planeta, cura. Cura, which refers to the priest. El cura is masculine. Mind you, now, la cura, as in the healing, it would be feminine. So be careful because sometimes the article makes the word completely change in meaning. Let's take a look at some feminine nouns and articles. Radio, la radio. La radio refers to the radio, but as in the radio station, as in turning on the radio. La radio. When we're talking about the device, It is el radio. That's another example where the article changes what the word means. La mano, always feminine, meaning the hand. La foto, also feminine. But foto is feminine because it comes from fotografía. It is a shortened version. La moto, another one that is feminine, ending in O. However, it also comes from the shortened version of motocicleta. Take a screenshot as well as the notes on this page. Let's start some practice exercises. A practicar. The following, I'm going to give you words and you will indicate if they are masculine words or feminine words. You're going to make a list in your notebook so that this makes sense. Your notebook should look like this. A list with masculinos y femeninos. Under each one, you will write whatever word shows up next. Let's take a look at the first one. Casa. Casa ends in A. It's not one of the exceptions. Therefore, casa should fall under the list of femenino. Sistema. It ends in A, pero ojo, ends in MA. Words that end in MA are always going to be masculine. El sistema, el tema, el problema. Ciudad. Based on your list of noun endings, we're gonna know that ciudad ending in dad is una palabra femenina. Baño ends in O, not on the list of exceptions. La palabra baño should be under your list of masculino. Televisión ending in sion, S-I-O-N, sion, femenino. Corazón, no S-I-O-N, pero ending in O-N, masculino. Next word, problema. Problema, M-A. Remember, we saw sistema. And where did we put it? Masculino. Mano, ending in O. But check your list of exceptions. Because mano, although it ends in O, femenino. Vamos a seguir practicando. Now draw a line across the middle of your list where you're at now. We're going to decide if the following words are either masculino, definido o indefinido. Si son masculino, vamos a usar un o unos. Si es indefinido, si son definidos, vamos a usar los or el for those articles. Your notebook should now look like this. Maybe you should draw a line at the bottom, a line across, and we continue with definidos and indefinidos and put them right under the list with their article. Problema, el artículo definido, that means specific. El problema. Casa, artículo definido, specific. La casa. Indefinido, botella. Indefinido, not specific. El artículo entonces va a ser una botella. Artículo definido, perro. Specific perro, specific dog. El perro. Bien, indefinido. Vamos a hacer, no es específico, es un carro cualquiera, and there I've given you the answer. Un carro, a car. Definido, ciudad, a specific city. La ciudad. Indefinido, mano. Acuérdense de mano, termina en O, pero es una excepción. Indefinido, una mano. Gracias por su atención.